Hello, everybody. If you can take your seats, we will start now. Yeah. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Sharon, and I teach at the University of Malaya at Malaysia. And, on behalf of the GFBR Steering Committee and the University of Malaya, I'm just really, really happy to welcome everybody here. Thank you for coming, and I hope it's been okay so far. There are a few Malaysians in the room, so do you just want to put your hands up if you're having any trouble understanding people or if you need any Malaysian assistance? Can the Malaysians just put their hands up? See, oh, okay. So these are the people you go to for, but I hope it's been fine so far. Thank you so much for coming. We are very pleased to welcome participants today from 38 countries, from a range of disciplines and career stages. And GFBR is one of my favorite meetings. It's wonderful because it brings researchers, policymakers, and ethicists, among others, to share experiences, promote collaboration around research ethics. And this forum, it prioritizes mentorship, encouraging networking, and just it creates a venue for open and inclusive discussion. So I really encourage everybody to have these discussions, to speak to the mentors and the steering committee members and the planning committee members who are here. It's a wonderful opportunity to share and to learn together. And compared to traditional meetings, GFBR is unique in that it is limited in size, so you're a very select audience. And it's built around small group discussions of case studies across the next couple of days, focusing on practical realities of how research is prioritized and conducted on the ground, particularly in low and middle income countries such as Malaysia. So really do take advantage of the next 2 days and the friendships that you will build and the networking that you can do. Before I carry on to some housekeeping matters, we are very happy to welcome today Dr. Rabindra, who is the head of the Malaysian WHO office, just to come and say a few words on behalf of the WHO. Dr. Rabindra.
Good morning, everybody, and selamat pagi to my Malaysian colleagues. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's a great honor for us to be hosting the GFBR Forum this year in Malaysia. My sincere thanks to our colleagues from the TDR and for all of the members of the committee. I think it's a very important topic we are discussing. So having the small groups is a great way of sharing experiences, particularly around climate change and the ethical issues that come up with that issue. Of course, we are dealing with some skeptics of climate change also, so it's all the more important for us to look at it from the ethical perspective. So I thank the organizers for choosing Malaysia. I think it's a very nice country for meetings. For many reasons. It's a nice city. The food is great. So you're going to all go away with a few kilos extra, and that might create an ethical dilemma for you, how you shed that. But welcome to Malaysia. We from WHO are very happy to be hosting the meeting here, and we want you to make the most of the opportunity, share your experiences with each other. That is the strength of this kind of forum, so that we, at the end of it, are richer and stronger as a community, as a global community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rabindra. So as mentioned by Dr. Rabindra, this year's topic is on ethical issues arising in research into health and climate change. It's a very important issue, a very timely issue, which raises a number of challenges, many of which you would have found discussed in the wonderful background paper that was prepared prior to this meeting. So the discussions over the next 2 days will focus on specific case studies that were submitted during the open call. Thank you, everybody, for submitting your great cases. And while this means that we won't necessarily cover the full range of the ethics and governance issues related to this topic, we hope the meeting gives you an opportunity to explore some of the key themes, and it gives you the enthusiasm to explore the topic after the meeting. And following from this, if you're really excited about what you learn and what you discuss, which I think is pretty much a given over the next few days, there will be a fellowship scheme that you can apply to. So anyone who is interested in following up on the issues raised at the GFBR can apply for a GFBR fellowship. And this grant scheme has been running for a number of years, and the latest round of the scheme launches today, right? So you can start applying for it today. The deadline for the application is the 28th of February next year. And the grant scheme is open to participants from LMICs, and the maximum award is $10,000. But I think even though it's open to participants from LMICs, you can have high-income country partners, right? So, have these exciting discussions over the next couple of days. Find some partners, find a fantastic project, and apply for the fellowship. You can find out more by visiting the GFBR website, and you will also receive an email about the scheme and potential fellowship hosts later today. So there will be members from the GFBR team who will be hosting these fellowships. For the format, there will be 5 thematic plenary sessions, each of which is followed by a small group discussion. Now, you've all been pre-allocated to a group, and if you look at your little tag, you will find your group number on the right-hand corner, yeah? Groups 1 to 4 will meet in this room, so when we break out, if you just stay here, if you're group 1 to group 4, groups 5 to 8 will meet in rooms 1 floor up. So as you leave, I think there will be people from the events team who will help you to figure out where to go. Please go to your group. Do not go to the swimming pool, which is, you might pass it, but, pass it and do not go in. So you'll stay in the same group over the next 2 days, and you'll have an opportunity to discuss the issues raised in the case studies with colleagues from around the world. You will have members of the planning and steering committee who will facilitate your discussions. So, really just take this wonderful opportunity to have great discussions, ask all the questions that you want to ask. The planning committee and the steering committee are wonderful people as well. This event is also being recorded, and a photographer will be here to take our group photo tomorrow. So I think if you really don't want to be recorded, or you don't want to be on the video, just let us know, and we'll either place you strategically. Otherwise, we're all movie stars. And photos are dangerous things. I was just thinking, there is no good photo of me. I look insane in any photo. So I'm going to stop allowing people to take photos. It's not the photographer, it's just me. Lunches today and tomorrow will be at the Contango, which is on the 1st floor. So that's the restaurant, there are buffets. The conference dinner will be at the estate tonight, and I think we'd like to thank Welcome for hosting this dinner. We'll take a coach to the venue, so please meet promptly in the hotel reception at 6:30. So 6:30 at the reception. It's at it's not very far away, but if you miss the bus, it might be a bit difficult for you to get there. But anyway, if you do miss the bus, just get in touch with one of us, and maybe you can take a Grab. But don't miss the bus. Be there at 6:30. There will also be, at the end of 2 days, an award for the best thematic plenary presentation and the best Pecha Kucha presentation. If you didn't need, more encouragement to enjoy the next 2 days, you will be asked to vote for your favorites towards the end of tomorrow's meeting. So please bear this in mind as you watch the presentations and decide which are your favorites. Voting link will be sent by email, so you will get that in your email. In terms of social media, we will be posting on LinkedIn. So if you want to follow us, please have a look at our LinkedIn site and like us and share us on LinkedIn. In terms of thank yous, there's so many people to thank. We would like to extend our thanks to the planning committee of this meeting. It's a lot of work, and thank you so much for all the mentoring and all the work that has gone on before this meeting. We'd like to thank the rest of the GFBR steering committee, which is, again, a wonderful group, and the funders for their continuing support. Of course, none of this is possible without our funders, and it's such an amazing opportunity. And most especially, to thank all of you for being here. I think next, if we can have the sustainability slide. So we recognize that, this is actually a meeting on climate change, and the cost of bringing everybody here is actually a very heavy cost to the climate and to the planet. So we just want to recognize the impact that this meeting has had. So the host venue has a certain commitment to sustainability. There are no plastic bottles in this hotel. You will find in your rooms they're all refillable glass bottles, as well as on your tables. The conference website is online. There are no printed booklets. The only thing you have is your tag, which I am told has been printed on biodegradable paper. So I'm not sure what this means for after, how they should dispose of it environmentally. Any recommendations, Ricky? Do we give it back to you? Yeah, so you can hand it back to Ricky or any of the events organizers, and they will dispose of that. There's a carbon offset of flights. We encourage participants to use public transportation. Some of you will have come through the KL Central travel hub, where the Airport Express comes into. So we're very close to a travel hub. Near the museum, there is also an LRT or a mass transit station. Ask any of us or any of the local people if you want to get public transport. This is quite a nice area for getting into Kuala Lumpur. And we also want to recognize that the Majestic Hotel sources food and materials from local suppliers. So I think that's quite an important commitment from the hotel. And, we're happy to be here with the Majestic Hotel and their efforts towards sustainability.